All right, welcome back to Career Build Series 2023. This is episode 3, and we'll continue working on our tugboat for our beginner base. One thing I need to check is the price. And so I haven't even looked at that yet. So we're only at 9,657, so we're not too bad. We have 20,000 to start, so the last thing I want is not to be able to use this vehicle right away. All right, so we need to do... That's ugly. That's not going to be able to do what I want. So let's do this. What did you do? You have to be there. Okay, that has to be there. It doesn't. Okay, let's do this. Let's add some pyramids in here. All right, so that's in there, and then I'm going to get rid of this stanchion here by moving these forward one. And so that will give us ultimate visibility, and then I can go ahead and put one here where it's not as much in the way. And this is a very glass intensive space from the reference material. All right, 1x3s would be awesome. I could easily fill those spaces. You are getting cut here. So this is going to move one to the right here, this control station. And probably, I don't know if I want to move this one forward. Probably one forward like that. Let's try it there. And then this here, let's cut this out and let's put a stanchion here. See if this is a pain or not. All right, so the visibility is pretty good on this so far. Let's kind of check it, and really love to be able to put a 1x4 in there. 1x3 in here to cut that out, but I can't. Let's check the vis again. I want to stick a door in there pretty quickly. All right, excellent visibility. Really can see everything, even to my right there. Is that double wide? That's double wide. That should be single wide. So I need to copy that whole side over, but looks really good. I can see above me. I'm going to put a couple more eyebrows there in case I'm working on something that's really tall. I think what I'll do here is let's get rid of those. Let's do... Go like... let's go. We'll do wedges like this. Kind of get back into this. I was very burned out on Stormmarch for a little while there, and so I'm very happy to get back. Part of it was, a lot of my builds were just getting super complicated, and I just wasn't getting them done, and struggles, and so kind of nice to get back to something a little bit simpler here that I can just kind of get after. See if I like that. I'm probably not going to like this. I'm probably going to wish it was the way it was. It's actually not too bad. I'm actually kind of digging that. This space here is a little weird, but actually kind of digging that. It's not too bad. Add some interesting elements to it. A little bit funky, but it's not terrible. Let's try this, see if I prefer this. So let's add those back. Oh. Where were we? These. All right, that goes there, and then let's add a couple 2x2s here. Problem is this adds, these are kind of, like if you look in there, it's going to add this chunkiness there. But that's not too bad. And I could cut these like this, but see, I need some overhead controlling, I think. All right, let's try that, see if I like that. What is this? These are all wedges. Those can't be messed with. Then this needs to some sort of smoothing effect here, so like that. Now let's go test this out, see how I like that. Again, I want good form and function. I want visibility. I like that a lot. That's really good. That looks good. That a little bit of visibility loss. So, one of the things I like is you actually have to like come over here and look, and that's kind of interesting to me. Might move this station back one because so I can put some controls on there, but I'm gonna probably put a bunch of controls here instead. It's a small boat. All right, so let's work on the door. Let me show you my reference material. Let's actually save this. I haven't saved this in a very long time. All right. Oh, I didn't mean to spawn. Let's grab it, and I'll show you my reference material here. I just want to make sure I get that saved. And so I'm using a Damon stand tug, which is not articulate stern drive. So you can kind of see the facets here, the scuppers. You can see the ribs. Let's see what else we want to look at. So I'm looking at kind of the back door here and how to set that up. So I'm kind of using that. So I want to make a custom. See, the problem with the ceiling door is I need a lot of space, but I can put a glass section in there. So kind of think of that. So let's work on that door a little bit. If we had some small angle on glass would be really cool, but we don't. All right, so take off symmetry. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build this door outside. So I'm going to use custom door sections here, and I want to do door frame corners. Again, my character is 7, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that goes up to here. So the door needs to be, that's what, it needs to be here or else it's just not going to work. I can do 2 wide doors. Let's do a 3 on there, that's fine. And then these can actually sink into the ground. So let's go like that. And so I'm going to grab all this, and actually I'll grab the bottoms first. We'll cut these. Down one, paste. And I'll merge this up. All right, and then these will get cut here. Paste those in. Merge those up, and then I'll trim the interior here, which is all of this. All right, so there's our door. I'd love to go left, but I can't because of this one section there. But it's not a big deal. They actually have a window there, IRL. They have a window right here, so it's not a big deal. They actually come out one, I think, like this, so. Just kind of give it some interest here to kind of give it a little bit of an overhang because they have a little overhang on the real one. All right, so there's a little overhang there, kind of makes it a little inward cubby, and then they have some cubbies and stuff here. So, all right, good. So let's go ahead. I want to delete. What's up here? Why can't I delete right here? What's the story here? Is this turned sideways? Oh, I can't tell what I'm doing here. Oh, I give symmetry on, that's why. Okay. Cut there, cut here. So we'll finish the door frame. All right, so I want door frame edges here. Door's gonna go outside, outward. And so you want all this glass so that you can look back at what you're towing. So there's gonna be a window here. There's gonna be a window in the door itself. All right. And so next is the hinge. So I need the door hinge. So it's robotic door hinge. So that's gonna go in here. So let's cut this. And that will be like that. Let's merge this up. All right, good. And so I'm trying to think. I'm only gonna be able to do. I'm not gonna be able to do too much of a glass pane here. I'm gonna be because this is only 3 wide. I'm only gonna be able to do really one pane of glass, but that's not the end of the world. All right, so we have door frame, and then we want door panel. So we're actually on the door panel now. So I'm gonna build it on this section. As you see, it should gray out everything else. And so let's go like that, and then like so. We need the corner piece. So let's cut our visibility down a little in the back, but it's not bad. All right, I want to be able to seal this. And so I think it's 2 I need. So cut there. So we need to be able to seal this door frame. So we have a door frame controller. That's what we want there. And so this allows us to seal it and make it a solid piece. It seals the door, and then that allows it to lock essentially and keep water out. All right, we need 2 more corners, a flat, and then we can add glass in there. But it's nice getting back on the water and building some seagoing vessels here. Kind of looking forward to that. That's pretty good there. Let's do a 1x3 window. All right, so visibility out the back is going to be very important to make sure that I can see what I'm working on. If I'm towing something, I need to be able to see that. So what's that? That's a. I don't have any 4x, which is kind of gross, but let's put that there. I like bigger. We could really use some more window sections. 2x3 there. All right, so let's go in here, see how the rearward visibility is. All right, so I can kind of turn around and you can see I can see most of what's going on back there. It's a little bit less than I would like, but I can still see a fair bit, and we can always put a camera there as well. Nice door here. Door is going to move interior, so this is going to be an area we can have here. Move there. Probably put a little staircase here to go down, or hatch to go down probably. But it's coming along well. Let's check floating. We're doing well. Again, remember, I put all this weight down here, and that's because I can delete any of this. So let's say that we start sinking too low in the water because I built all this superstructure and build engines. As I build more things and add them in, I can delete out the weight blocks. And so by putting weight blocks in early, it allows me to then take them out later when I need to. All right, so that's why I do all that. All right, so let's go ahead and save this. I'm going to grab some colors from my Daemon 2111. I can't see. This is the thing this is why I recommend you build in a test world. Right? So, I might have the colors. Let me double check. So if you're in a test world, you can easily go. I do have them. Okay. You can easily go to another base and quickly utilize that other base. So for example, and with infinite money here, you can easily, like, I'm gonna go here, or I think it's right here actually. I can easily teleport, buy all the bases because I have infinite money. I don't have to worry about that by having a test world that I can actually build my vehicles in. If I'm trying to build them in career, it can be a pain because you have to, it's tougher to go around. So for example, let's do the 2111. So it's going to have the same color scheme as this. So I'm pretty sure this here is this color here. It is. What is that? That is it this color? We'll see. I can test it by doing color swap, see if it changes. It is. That is different. So I want this color. I'll save it here. And that's about it. Okay, good. All right, so now I can do some painting here. Let's do bucket, the deck, and then under here is going to be a little bit redder, I think, on the Damon stuff, but I kind of like this color here. It's a little bit more muted. In the game, the brighter colors really pick up a ton of glare, and so this kind of lighter color is a little bit easier to work with for me. Or this darker color, it doesn't reflect as much, so I kind of like this as my belly color. And then I hate the dots on the weight blocks. I wish they would make that so we can color them. That would be something that would be awesome if the devs did. But it's not a huge deal. You know, it really isn't. That's why I put them underneath there, so you never see that. It bugs me, but it's underneath. I never see it. So, all right, so paint can really do a lot for build and kind of start bringing it to life. So this uses, you know, it has a white superstructure. I tend to use like some of these off whites just because they reflect a little bit less than. I had a mint white that I really liked, but like this is too beige. I had a mint white that I was using, but I'll just stick with regular white. Like you can just change a little bit just to kind of cut the glare down a little bit because in game they glare a lot. And then this actually has white frames around the windows. I'm going to do black frames around the windows. So one reason I'm not a huge fan of bucket is if you actually it didn't color anything in there shockingly, but you see how we got some over coloration here. So I just have to fix it. So sometimes it's quicker for me just to brush. All right. And then all these window frames are going to be black. It gives a good contrast. Even though the real ones have like white frames. I have a silver color that's very light that I might use. Let me try this really light silver color. Might do this. I think this color often seems better than the white. These buckets, see if this ruins my day. It's a little bit darker, a little bit less reflective, I find, than the white. Okay, so this side, remember I said this side is, I need to fix this side, so I need to do that. All right, so right there. So this is going to be copied. Press U to flip it, and this is going to come over here, and this is going to replace this whole wall here. Because I didn't have it completely symmetrical, now it is. Paint, I need to paint this window frame black. I need the paintbrush, though. So I'm painting a little bit earlier than I normally would. Just kind of get me invested in the build. It definitely increases my interest if I could see that. And then on the interior here, I don't do the same deck color. I'll generally do something different. So we'll just gray out this interior floor here. You know, kind of separate the areas a little bit. Get the paint in there a little bit. And then I want to do, helm is going to be this dark color. Might do a wood veneer on that. Yeah, I kind of like a wood veneer on this. A lot of control stuff will do kind of wood color. And then I want to beige this sucker up in here. So then do a really light cream color on the roof, and then a little bit darker beige on the sides. Yeah, we'll see how all this looks in a second. Okay, what is going on here? Why will this not color? Why will you not paint? Okay. Frustrating that. Why won't that paint? Okay, something's up. That won't paint. Let me paint that. All right. Fix that in a minute. There we go. There we go. It's let me do it now. I don't know why I wasn't doing it before. Whatever. All right. Does not like me trying to paint this door frame with the bucket. Okay. Inside out painting sometimes can seem a little boring, but it to watch, but it really changes the build up and gives it some interest. All right, so kind of build a couple interesting elements in here. So let's see. So we have to be careful too. This is no longer white. This is that silver color. Let's color that. Fix this color. A couple colors need fixing here. Come on, come on, come on. Let me color you. Jesus. This might be that silver color in the inside. That's fine. See, it's let me color it the right way on this one. Let me see if it does it on. Yeah, it's let me dual side it now. Okay. Oh, I have symmetry on. Why it keeps coloring that window the wrong color. All right, copy. Need to make sure I don't do that. All right. So that's coming along nicely. So there's something. Let's look at the reference material here. It has this. I don't know what that is. It's like a access there, but it has a the ladder to get on the roof. I need to put in a mast with all my nav lights, bollards, and stuff like that. So some interesting stuff still to do. Definitely. All right, let's see. Let's get a little bit of function going on here. So let's go ahead and spawn this. Check the look of it. I'm liking the look of it. It's a good size. It's sitting in the water line pretty good. It could still go further down in the water, and I'd still be happy with it. I can see the deck. We're still about a block below the deck. That's sitting about perfectly. That's pretty damn good. So I'm kind of digging on that. Let's go ahead and I want to keep building this in the. Let's save it. I want to keep building this in the beginner base, and the whole reason for that is that's where we're starting on our career game. Is we're going to be at the beginner base, and so for example, if I build the mast too tall, it won't fit in the build space, and then it'd be a rude awakening that I have to do that. And so one thing I'm going to do is a folding mast anyway for going under things, but I'll make sure I just load the most recent version of this. All right, good. We are in good shape here. All right, and then so let's actually hook some of this up here. I'll do that later. All right, so I want to get some function. I want to start working on, I think, motors. Let's get some engines in here. I said motors, I meant engines. Motors are more electric motors. Engines are powered by the diesel. The other thing is this has that I can't do it on the sides. It has kind of a slope on the side, but I'm not going to do that. I think what I want to do here. I don't think I need a ladder on top, but I would like some storage here. So let's try a hatch. Let's do this color here. Come on, come on, come on. Sliding hatch. Give it to me. Give it to me. All right, so see, if I do this, it's going to be sticking way out like that. I can even go in one block, but that's about it. So I think I'll make a custom door to put some gear in there. Let's see. Let's do this. Just continuing enjoying doing some building stuff. As I'm enjoying doing this, I'll just keep doing it, you know. So probably we really only need it 2. Problem is most of the supplies are 3 tall. Trying to think the best way to do this. For now, I'm just going to kind of make this as not, this won't do anything for right now, and then I will work on it later. But put that there as kind of a little interesting thing, and then I'll fix it and deal with it later. All right, what else? So I want to start getting this moving on building. So let's get in here. And so often the engines are tilted on these in IRL, but we're not going to do that. So I need to break in about, what is there? No. It is right here is where these go in. So my prop shaft is going to disappear into the wall. So come on, I'm deleting stuff I don't want to. Is going to end up in the wall here. Can I go there? Not really. Almost. I need to see where I can go in here. So I can go in here, snake it all the way through, and get up there. So probably there is where my prop shaft is going to have to go in. Go here. There will work. Yeah, so that's about where I want these engines. All right, good. I can actually go right here. Beautiful. That's even better. So right there. All right, so see, there's one reason I don't like the bucket. See how it colored the interior of this block? Not a huge fan of that. All right, so let's go ahead, turn symmetry back on. We're going to have 2 engines, 1 for each screw. Where is the... Right here. So it's on this rib line right here. That's fine. We can do there. All right, that'll be fine. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and let's start building this engine out. So it's actually... Let me see if I can find an interior diagram of these. It's one reason why I like Daemon is Daemon makes a lot of their schematics available to the public, so you can kind of go in there and look at them. And that's a lot of fun for me, is I kind of look at how they really build them, and it just makes it a lot easier. So see if I can bring one up for you guys. So kind of using that stand tug as kind of my as something that as a kind of an interesting um, thing to. That stand tug is going to be kind of my basis for the interior workings of it, and then I'm going to do it as an ASD. So I could find the words. All right, so here's the promotional material for this. So if we go down here, we have some really beautiful diagrams. They're just super convenient. So you notice how on this type, the prop shaft will go down. Again, you're angling these down so that when they push, you're actually keeping the bow down, so it's not picking the bow up. That's how I do it in real life. So the engine's a little bit high, and it goes in. We're actually going to go down to Azipod controllers. But look where the engines are. The engines are almost at the center of the boat. So that's helping make sure that you don't have too much mass back there in the stern. That keeps the weight and balance kind of centralized. All right, so let's go ahead and we will be putting our engines probably a little bit aft of center. So they'll be going right here. All right, and so I need the prop shafts all the way down there. I will probably, I'm trying to think, I'm going to want, I probably do want flywheels. So the reason why I'm talking about flywheels so early is for this very reason here. Let's fix this. Curious what the interior coloring would be in here. Probably just pretty dull gray, I'm thinking. Let's color it. We've already colored everything else. Let's kind of probably that maybe. Hopefully I didn't color swap something I didn't want to color swap. Because I've kind of decided I do want access in here to be able to get into the engine room. It's kind of be fun. Again, I hate these little blocks here. What color is that? See, this was one of the reasons I use that darker color. If I can get this color matched, there we go. Those all go away. So that's now all our little dots go away. We'll still see them here, but again, we're not going to be looking at the bottom of our boat much. All right, so probably going to be having the shafts go in here. All right, woo. And so probably, I just deleted something. Keep clicking delete. I don't know what the story is. All right, so that's where our prop shafts are going to go in. And I'm kind of build them backwards here. All right, and then that will be there. Modular engines. Everything I build is modular engines. I have a bunch of tutorials if you're interested. You can kind of go see those, and I think they're better in pretty much every way. And we're going to do flywheels. Okay. And so we'll start kind of just building this backwards here. All right, and so I'm kind of just from experience, seeing how many cylinders I need on this. With that 1, 2, 3, 6, 6, 4, 24 cylinders. I still need gearboxes in here, but all that prop shaft, I can work gearboxes, and I can even do it in the wall too, which is probably, I'll gear it in here maybe. I haven't decided yet. Trying to think, I was almost thinking about making this engine a little bit different than I normally do, but I don't know. Let me, I can always, it's very easy. One of the nice things with modular is I could easily swap things out. All right, and let's see. So one thing I'll do here is I will take a modular engine crankshaft converter. Sometimes I'll do this. Don't always do this, but that's a 1, 2, 3. And then if you wanted, you can go and put a bigger belt drive on there. That allows me to then add more items on there. So I'm actually going to do a bunch of engine-driven pumping. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I tend to like to do it. So by doing that converter, I can do that. So, all right. So let's see. What do I want to do next? Now let's go ahead and we'll use these are going to be Pat branded engines. Where's my stack going to be? Kind of looking at the pictures of it, seeing where the stack is on there. I don't see the stack. Interesting. Has a little bit of firefighting. Looks like some sort of cooling apparatus. I'm just trying to look for the stack. We'll put it somewhere. Probably, I'm thinking here on the door. I can't go there. Can go. We'll do one for each engine, maybe here. So let's see. Let's cut the hole in the floor. Let's kind of, yeah, let's do this like this. Let's do, let's do this. I think we'll have them come up here. And then I will just go ahead and maybe have them as kind of exposed stacks, I think. Yeah, I think so. So let's go ahead and I want kind of this color. Probably should have come up one more. Yeah, they need to come up one more. Go right there. And I tend to like to use these air liquid heat exchangers for decoration. So yeah, because I don't see the stack at all in this, so I'm kind of interested where they're having their exhaust come out. So see, this is air out. Make sure that it's air out. Yeah, we'll see how I like that. Little beefy stacks. Might do double tall on these. Yeah, I don't know if we'll see how I like this. A lot of these design choices can be changed if I dislike them. But I wonder if this has a wet exhaust. So wet exhaust, it goes right into the ocean. So yeah, it looks like it has wet exhaust. So I might wet exhaust this. I don't know. So kind of talk about wet and dry exhaust. So if you look right here, this here is the turbo. And so the way the turbo works is the hot exhaust gases come out. They spin a turbine, and that then spins an impeller, which draws air in to feed the engine, therefore giving you boost. You need to blow air into a diesel. And so you need to blow the air into a diesel. And so then here comes the exhaust. After it goes through the turbo, it comes out. It goes through probably some sort of. I would doubt that they go through and do a bunch of cleaning, but it probably goes through. It has water injection and then it comes out. So it looks like it's doing wet exhaust. So I'm trying to decide, do I want wet exhaust or not? You're not going to see the exhaust at all anyway. Dry exhaust is kind of like a truck. It just goes out into the atmosphere. It doesn't get processed. Wet exhaust, the water is added, and that goes. Again, this isn't a replica of this Damon. This is my build, so it's kind of doesn't have to be the same. So I'm kind of thinking I think I want a dry exhaust. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. And this is going to be all faked anyway. I'm not, I'm going to just do exhaust deletion. That's pretty much what I do from now on is I just do exhaust deletion. If you put your exhaust through an air manifold, it will just completely delete the exhaust. Because what was happening was they made cats, which the cats allow us to, get rid of some exhaust. But the problem is when they made the cats, they made them restrict the airflow so much it kills your engine or it stifles your engine. And so you don't want that because it's stealing your power. And so pretty much a lot of us have resorted to we just delete it at this point. So I'm just kind of decorating this at this point. I'm not really. So that I like the look of that. Big diesel exhaust stacks like so. type in air, kind of looking for some more cool stuff that I can put in there. All right. So there are my stacks. I like those stacks. Those look pretty good. Kind of beefy dry exhaust stacks. All right. I'm going to need intakes. Looking at the reference material, it looks like they're in the front for air intakes. Trying to see, it's kind of, here, I'll show you guys. That way you can kind of, if you're interested, you can kind of see the diagrams as well. So, here's that wet exhaust going out. Surprise water injection. So you mix water with the exhaust and then it goes out the back. See what I can see in here for intakes. So it looks like this might have dry exhaust just in the rear. See, it comes up here, it goes through, probably processing, and then out. And yeah, so I think, okay, right here, those are the two exhausts right there. So it actually has, it does have dry exhaust. It just comes out the back. So I'll decide if I want to do that or not. And again, this is not a replica. This is a me build. But I need to have air intakes as well. So let's go back and let's look for air intakes and see how I'm working on those. So what I'll probably do is put those right here. Come through there. Let's do this. Go cut you. And that cut out my hinge. Okay, hinge is there. All right. That's water. I can't cycle through there anywhere. I'm going to check something too, just decoration-wise, see if I like this, the look of this. Okay, it won't let me put it in there at all. It makes me put it here, so. I'm just checking. That kind of adds some interest to it there. So that right there is where the, let's just undo a bunch here. Okay. There we go. All right, so we'll kind of stick with that, I think, for now at least. Either want to do that, or the other thought, decoration-wise, is doing this. I think that's better, and I'll work on this in a little bit. Make this a little cubby to hold stuff. All right, little cubby to hold stuff. There's that. Then I need my air intakes. How to manage my air intakes. So one thought I had on air intakes is cut them straight through here. Because this, I actually need air to be there, and I need the air to be high enough that it's not going to have issues. So I think I'm going to actually just switch to this color. Run these up like this. Oh, symmetry, please. I needed symmetry on. I didn't have it on. So pain, the pain, the pain, the suffering. Let's go like this. I'll put a couple air filters on there. There we go. I like that. That looks pretty good. All right, and so let's keep working on this. Let's try something. Oh, come on, symmetry. Symmetry, the bane of my existence. It always is. As long as you have 2 ladder blocks, you can use them to climb. So I want it blocking the window. Probably not. Let's see. No, it's just too huge to can't really see anything. So what I'm gonna do is I'll fake it for the rest of it here. Again, as long as I have 2, I should be able to climb on there fine. So again, enjoying getting into some of these design elements. You know, one of the nice things is this build should not take too long. You know, and that's kind of the hope. Oh, come on. Deleting stuff I don't want to be deleting here. Little asymmetry I really like. Kind of adds some interest to the build. Okay, so there's a staircase, and then I'm gonna add some railings. Just add some really easy kind of playful elements to it here. A little bit less than black. The black's a little bit striking, so symmetry's back on. And then we only need 2 wide for a character. We don't need 3 wide. So to get up a ladder. So let's I don't need that piece. What do I want? I want end piece. All right, and then this is gonna go. Try to do a. Let's see. Okay, start adding in some extension segments. This adds a little bit of height to this. And this is one of the reasons why we put it back in this workbench is to make sure that everything will fit size-wise. And so what I wanted to add was one of these curves. So I have to see, can I add a curve? No, I need more space for curves. That's fine. Diagonal, where's diagonal piece? There we go, little jog there. All right, and then cut here, measure. Come on, measure properly. What's that, 10? Be nice if it was odd, but what is it, 10? Is it 10? It's gotta be 10. All right, so it's 10. Let's see, 1, 2, 1, we'll have to go 2. 1, 2. Nope. Can I do a 3? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that'd be fine. All right, and then that will be middle segments there. There we go. So that's kind of built up there. Looks a little weird. Yeah, kind of looking at my reference material. It does have railings there, the same color as down below. So, and then it has the green on top as well. Once we add some more stuff up there, like we'll see how it looks. Let's see, I can grab this. I should be able to grab this ladder and climb up. There we go. Look at that. Zing, zang, zing. Very nice. So I'm liking this a lot. It's starting to get some good detailing on early. See, they have black railing tops and then white railings. So. See, there's going to be some contrast. Contrast is important to making things look nice. We're gonna have like a dark mast on the top anyway. So let's go a little bit darker on these railings there, so it doesn't look like it's unfinished. Make it a different color. Gives it a little bit of a chance to not look unfinished. Nope, I'm clicking things I don't want to be clicking here. All right, so let's look at that, see how we like that. That looks pretty good. Oh, falling off in there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Grab it. All right, so I'm trying to check the mast here. I'm kind of looking through the pictures. I'll bring you guys on so you can see what I'm working with here. So there's the mast. I'm trying to get a rearward. So the mast is offset, and you can see it's offset. There's also a firefighting nozzle there. So this must be nav lights. Nope, there's nav lights right here. Spotlight, I don't know what that is. So we have the mast here. So let's start working on the mast. I have, again, a lot of this I'm trying to steal from other builds, so I don't have to redo everything. So it has an offset mast. And so let's go, I'm trying to kind of think of how they did this here to make this look right. All right, so what I want to do is this needs to go all the way to the bottom. All right, so see, I'm not going to be able to build a tall mast unless it's a rotating mast, so it has to be a rotating mast. Or I'll see that's as high as I'm going to be able to get. So I need to make this a rotating mast, which is actually kind of a good thing. All right, so one thing I can do is delete this here. All right. Delete that. Get a pivot. All right, that goes there. And then this is going to go out like so, and I can go for quite a ways there to make the mast. And actually slide this hair forward. I just want to make sure I don't use up all my space just for mast. All right, and then so I need to count this. That's one. Just count the blocks out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, are going to be nothing. And then I'll probably go to here. And I have masts built already. So let's go ahead and let's save this here. And this is when it gets annoying. So what I'm going to do is move again, because I need to bring in the Damon 2111. And I need that bigger base for it. Again, I wish they would, I wish they would put some smaller light components in here, because we really could use them. Because this already has a mast controller and everything. So you see how the mast is larger. It has that central. It's essentially using, what do you call it? Rocket pieces for it. So I'm not going to use the rocket pieces for it. Let me see what I'm doing here. All right, so I'm going to take all this mast for right now. Ideally what I can do is I can grab microcontrollers and utilize them from this. Make sure I have everything here because this is all set up. It lights appropriately. It's going to use all the correct lighting. All right. For all the different conditions, I have a controller for it. It works nicely. So. Okay, and then I want to go back to, again, this is the tedium of it a little bit, moving back to beginner base. So I think we made some good progress this episode. Go for a little bit longer. Hopefully next episode, what I really like to get into is actually starting to operate this. Getting it, trying to work on getting those engines up and running, get a microcontroller snapped in for that, and if we do that, we'll be in good shape. Oh, wow, come on, man. All right, so I need 4 up, which is right there. All right, nice. Yep, I didn't mean to delete all that. That needs to go. That can go. That can go. That can go. That can go. And then we need a pipe cross here. Pipe cross here. Pipe cross there. 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 And this can be a D-piece there. All right, so there's our mast for this. And so I'm just going to put a constant number for now of a 1. And this will raise this up, and it will put it in place. And then we'll be able to lower it down too. So not only can we spawn it in base, but we'll be able to lower it if we go under any low bridges. So nice. So there's our mast. Looks pretty good. Did I delete the motors? Probably did, foolishly. Nope, they're still in there. Okay, let's configure this up here. Let's go take it out for a quick spin. AD, what did I do? I think I had them at 3s. So let's go at 5s. I think they were a little bit not sensitive enough. Port as a pod. Left right's going to be starboard as a pod. And we want sticky, about 5% is probably good. Thrust, let's see. Thrust port. Sticky, let's do down to, I don't know, 4, let's do 5 on that too. Up, down is going to be starboard. 5 on that as well. Okay, let's all connect it. So this is going to be WS. It's going to be, nope, WS goes over here. It's going to be up, down. That's going to be left, right. All right, let's go take this for a quick little jog out there. All right, I have to put a door controller in there at some point, but zoom just properly here. I have to measure that mast out. It looks a hair tall, and it's a little bit wide, but like here, if you look at the reference material, kind of see. Might be just a little bit tall, but it's not much tall. I actually don't think it's all that far off height-wise, so. Don't like the coloration of the railing. It looks a little weird having that gap, but there is something that will go there. So let's try a little maneuvering here. We'll push them out both about 45 degrees. We want to go up on the port and reverse on the starboard. hard with, but if I don't have, very hard if I don't have the dial show me how fast I'm going here to do it. So I'd like to at some point do a Lewis screen for azipods. So what am I doing wrong here? That should be reversed. That should be forward, I think. I don't know. I'll figure it out here in a second. But it's functioning pretty well. So the way you'd steer this normally is you put them both rearward. We're just going to go straight ahead here. We'll move over to Hospital Island here. So I have the right side starting to come up. There we go. All right, so you get them both going. Curious what our speed is. This actually isn't too bad. Well, it's a tugboat. It's not supposed to go super fast. So. And then what you do is you actually pick one. So I usually use my left one. And as I rotate that, as you can see, we can steer. I just leave the other one going straight ahead. But I like the shape. The shape turned out really nice. I don't know if I'm going to put a push bumper on there yet. But, you know, there's going to be, we'll be able to do rescues in this. It's going to be slow. But, you know, a lot of what I want to do in career is I want to do more industrial stuff this career. Build series. So I'll be moving some fuel, especially we need to get our money up. Fuel's important. The lighting is, I don't know, the mast looks about right. Just eyeballing it. It's about as tall as the superstructure, so it might be a hair tall, but not by much. So I should be able to shrink it. Part of the problem is, yeah, I could shrink it a little bit and bring the arms in just a hair. Like the arms are not quite sticking over the sides as much as they are in this, so maybe bring all the arms in one and bring it down a couple blocks, but it's looking pretty good and it's functioning well. Let me try to see, without gauges, it's hard for me to try to do any maneuvering here. But I have good visibility. I can see everything I need to. I can see out the back pretty well. I'm going to put a camera in there. But, yeah, this is really working well. So it's hard to get up there with that one out. And crouch. Okay, I can still get up here, so it's not a big deal. I haven't taken any screenshots, which is always a problem. But it's good to get back on the water. You know, I really miss kind of being out in the water here and doing some watery stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Next episode, I think we're going to get more into actually building the systems to operate it. So I will see you guys next one. Bye.